Hello, hello everyone. Let me get the scene transitioned over. Back up and we can get started. Hope everyone's doing well tonight or today wherever you are. Let me take a quick peek in on the stream to see if that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Awesome. All right. So as the stream title suggests, I'll be teaching just playing games for probably about the next 2 hours. So I'll just be kind of queuing up. But in chat, if you are new to the game and want to learn the game, we can do that one of a few ways if you're comfortable being on stream. So just let me know, and we can definitely learn the game and just have some fun. All right, just check and make sure everything else is a-okay. That's what I was doing. Still need to tweet out the stream. So let me do that real quick. Out here. Yeah, perfect. Boom. All right, there we go. Should be good to go. Darn, should change the latency setting before starting up this stream. That would have been real convenient for this. So sorry if there's a bit of delay. There will be a latency to this. Let me quickly, before I forget, there'll be another stream on Thursday. Let me quickly change that stream up to low latency because I think it'll be better overall for this sort of thing. Let's see. We can go reload there and save, and we can get out of here. All right, all that done. So let me now. There's OBS. Let me switch over to the app screen. So we're just going to jump right into this. Ooh, the whole family loves Elestrals. Glad to hear that gesture. Welcome, Pink Howie. Happy to have you both here. So let's switch it over here. Perfect. Yep, that looks good. Kind of put this together today. Thought it would be an interesting setup. Let me know what you all think of this, because I'm not completely sold on it, but I thought it'd be an interesting one to test. Get that front and center. You also have me here. Yeah. All right. So for today, maybe we'll make a deck partway through, but I have this deck here. There you go. A Water Nexus list. I love water, so I wanted to try this out because one of the things water felt like it was really missing from set 1 was a receiver. Every other element had one except water, and water has a powerful Nexus and Aphros, just letting you draw cards for each water spirit to receive this way. So Chautauqua just felt like the perfect fit for this deck. So pretty much the general idea is that I am trying to utilize the power of Chautauqua and Aphros and their great synergies to just get a lot of great sustain and attrition. Got my Electric to help find the Poseidon, which is the best way to Nexus. Foamy helps make it easier to set up Chautauqua and Aphros. And we've got Galaxy here as a way to kind of pay off this strategy by sustaining. We can flip our Chautauqua and Aphros around to 4 attack to start pressuring the opponent. And then we also have Lockagon for the top end. Seemed pretty good. And just standard counter rune package and some removal as well. So figured I'd test this out. Oh, glad to hear that you like the setup. But yeah, I know Dan was playing this on stream. I felt like he was playing it a bit too aggressively for my opinion. It felt like he also was a bit still on the mill brain by writing the triple Nog. I don't think this deck needs Nog. Honestly, debatably, this Divine Blessing could probably be a Trident of Poseidon as a great way to secure a board state, but I did think it would be fun to test out as one copy to help if we have it on top of the Chautauqua and Aphros to be able to stave off earthquakes. Got Stellar Chautauqua and Shattered Stars, that's awesome. So as much as I love Chautauqua, I probably won't be going for a Stellar version of it just because, I don't know, I don't really want to spend that kind of money. In terms of effects, absolutely love it. But I think I would rather get a Stellar of a different card in terms of like just aesthetics. But congratulations nonetheless. Honestly, any Stellar is a really awesome pull. So yeah, oh wait, I do have Trident here. What was I talking about? Yeah, I've got the Trident here. Divine Blessing could arguably be like a third PTA. That's a better way to put it. So that is the deck. Maybe partway through we'll build a new deck on stream, just kind of show it off. I think it'd be fun, but let's go PvP. Go Forge, and we'll just Water Nexus. Yep. Cool, we'll just find a clash. Probably need to ping in the server as well, so let me do that real quick. Where is the chat? First Frostfall game on the app. I am super stoked. Just been so busy this week that I have not had a chance to play a game just yet. So let's see, gotta shake off the rust. Because I'm expecting to be rusty here, since it's been a bit. Hopefully we'll get someone joining in here shortly. Any of you all are free to join as well. I just ask that you please mute the stream and do not watch while you are playing, just out of just respectful thing to do. Because I do plan on explain my play, since this is supposed to be a teaching stream. The idea being, if you're brand new, I can explain the basic rules to you and strategies of the game. If you're just kind of wanting to listen in to hear someone else's thoughts as they play a deck, it's also that, which is pretty common for my channel. If you've ever watched any of my gameplay, I typically like to commentate over it and give my reasonings for why I make certain plays. So we'll see. I see there are some people, they might be playing with physical cards. There we go. All right. And, ooh, okay, we're up against Sausage here. Won the last tournament. I'm pretty sure. I wasn't there for that one, but I remember seeing that. He's won multiple times. Very good player, so we'll see. Definitely want to go first to set up my counter runes, and yeah, I like this hand. So keeping this hand, Foamy's a great start. Galaxy, don't really need it this early, though it's nice just to have an option to pressure. Same with Lockagon. Shield and PTA are just great for that as well. Good GLHF, and let's go. So simply start out with a Foamy, because it either baits on an Earthquake, which is one less one we have to deal with when we start setting up even more, or if Sausage tries to destroy it and doesn't Gorgon's Gaze it, we get to float into a body here. So really strong start. Passing it back over. Typically you want to see something that's like a good start, such as a Foamy. Dratagua, this deck is a bit awkward because Dratagua, of course, you want 2 Water Spirits in the Underworld to get max value, so Foamy's probably like the best start. Electric is the other great starter for this deck. First non-promo Stellar, I've been just building and deleting and editing because I go, oh, that might be fun. Got to play the new card still. Oh, I don't think I quite understood that. What was that? Spend to draw. Oh, more Frost. Ooh, this is terrifying. We'll see if I can beat more Frost here. Looking to be a very strong deck, though I think water in this form has some legs to it. I just don't know if it's quite okay, good enough to compete. Oh, just trying to change up cards and whatnot. That's great. Run from Sausage? Nah. We've got Indus here. Let's see. Hold on. Please wait. So this one. So this is a bit annoying, destroyed in battle. So this actually might be a great target for PTA, just so I don't have to deal with it popping my back row. But at the same time, yeah, we'll try it. Let's just try it. Not sure if this is the correct play here. I just want to try to see how this pans out. Like, regardless, Indus is getting a rune from me, so I feel like this is like an okay trade. Sure. I could like cast out the Galaxy, run over it, pop on the back row, but I kind of would rather give up the PTA here and protect the shield. Sure, it cost me 2 spirits, but I'm also already ahead. Oh, he's still need to play the new cards against people? Yeah. Let's see. Terror, Lycan. Makes sense. Already got the engine going. He has a Kione. He can easily loop that Lycan back to hand. Pretty terrifying here. Oh, I really should change up my board. That'd be a good thing to do after this match. Send 1, ping that, and we'll just drop another water. So now I got 2 water in my underworld for Dratagua, whenever we find it. So let's see, passing it back over to me. Ooh, Afro. So we don't have the Poseidon yet to start Nexusing, so that's not the most ideal scenario here. And I feel like we can just play it slow. I don't see any reason to really commit my big guys out when I don't really have much to react with. I'd rather just kind of dig for my pieces and start setting up here, and I can always just start poking with the Foamy. Oop, that was wrong. So let's go... Oh, we can give up another water here. Just draw a card. And we got an Earthquake. That's pretty good to start dealing with the more frosts. So I think we just start poking here, just kind of baiting these counter runes and just trying to get them out of my opponent's grip. Because we still got Shield here to protect the Foamy. We got Earthquake. We've got plenty of options here. And just takes the hit. Makes sense. Of course here, well, Indus likely wasn't hitting over the Foamy. So yeah, I don't think it really matters in terms of playing Gorgon's Gaze. Though, who knows, maybe Sausage has a Zeus to help drop my stats so he could easily run over me. We'll see. Part of this also is just kind of feeling out what the opponent has in their deck, because this could easily go wrong if I'm not expecting something. Ooh, the Narpoon. No response from me. Narpoon is fine. We do have the Galaxy to easily hit over it, which is nice. We'll see what my opponent picks up with this. Probably another Lycan would be my guess, because then he can go Lycan. Ooh, Cryoling. Okay, so this is just a whole bunch of stuff. So it looks like he's got Cryoling to really start applying pressure here. That is a bit scary, so we might want to hold the Earthquake for that. He's got two, so he's set up for that. I'm just going to let this go through, just see if I can get set up. We'll see if he has a response. No response, so that's pretty good for me. I can just cast out whatever I want. And what I want here is probably Dratagua, just because I can keep getting set up, and if I can top deck either Elichik or Poseidon, that'd be really strong here. So we're just going to go Dratagua. So we'll add that to hand, and we'll cast it out. Shuffle up. And no response. So cool. We recover 2 spirits. And this is huge here, because Morphos is a very expensive deck. Sure, it can snowball well, but we're in a pretty good position here where I've kind of set up. Ooh, Tsunami. So we do not find a Nexus Bank here to really capitalize off of these guys, but we can also just throw down Galaxy and start leveraging this advantage here, knowing I've got Tsunami and Galaxy to back me up. And I don't hate that. So let's see here. We'll go... I need to think about this for a second, because here we go. If that face down is Gorgon's Gaze, we can get very punished here pretty quickly. But at the same time, I'm applying pressure here. This is definitely not an Earthquake target. We could expend to draw, but let's try it out. I want to try it out here. Get the Galaxy down. And let's see. Response. No response. We will set one. We're going to switch the Dratagua to attack, and here's why. Because we may use our Dratagua here, but Galaxy is our best offensive pressure card, and since we're not really set up, I'm kind of fine losing it, because here with the swap, Narpoon's at 3 attack to my Dratagua's 4. So if he has a Gorgon's Gaze here, he can do it during battle step and just wreck my Dratagua, but I'm also not too mad about that, and he does do that. Yeah. And that's fine. But we got it out of the way, which is really nice, because now that's one less answer to our Lakagon here. So, of course, Galaxy can attack off a Gorgon's Gaze. Bit unfortunate, so the Narpoon does stick around, but at the same time, it's still 3 attack under that. And yeah, I can go for the Cryoling, and the Cryoling is fine. No response. So your Cryoling is going to ascend into the Cryovern, but I like this position because I have answers to the Cryovern. I can shield it back. I've got Earthquake as well. I'll probably prioritize the shield here because the Earthquake can be super versatile, and it's in hand, not really able to touch, since it doesn't look like Sasha's probably running any hand rip. So, of course, no response because I don't have a PTA. If I had Gorgon's Gaze, I probably would just Gorgon's Gaze there. Though arguably not worth it because I can get more spirits out of it. So here, yeah, I'm just going to shield. We're going to go with the Water Spirit. And we're going to enchant probably just 2 of these. So get that out of hand. That's pretty good. And my Galaxy sticks on board with that. So let's see what I draw here. Ambrosia, that's really powerful with Lakagon. So we do have the option to ascend Galaxy into Lakagon and start pressuring that way. But since I'm up Elestrals and generally going wide is a bit better, I think I'm going to cast out the Aphros here. Do the same play if it's a Gorgon's Gaze. I lose my Aphros, but I keep my Galaxy around, which is huge. Now, he will have to have another way to suppress Galaxy to hit over with an Harpoon next turn, most likely. So this should be a pretty safe play, all things considered. So we'll do that, and we'll see. Does he have a response? No response. So yeah, we're just going to go to battle phase here. And this means I can leverage the Lakagon later in the game, which is going to be, I think, even more powerful than right now. especially if it ends up baiting out, say, an Earthquake. Like, of course, an Earthquake here could do me in, like an Earthquake on the Galaxy, knock out the Aphros, but he might not be running Earthquake considering he's got Frost, Water, and he needs to run Fire. It's not impossible to manage all those, but it is a big spirit management thing, so I'm feeling all right here with this play. I think it's more of a safe play. Could possibly eat my words, though. So definitely in a very commanding position over Sausage. And ooh, Laurels, okay. Does get rid of the Galaxy. That's pretty good for my opponent, but since I got the Narpoon out of the way, I'm feeling all right with my Tsunami. He'll have to misenchant something or just cast out another Narpoon, which I don't hate. I won't be in the best position if he just casts out another Narpoon, but Abominable, yes. See, that feels really good. So no response. We'll see if Sausage has any back row, because if he attacks in here, I can just Tsunami. Ooh, Ambrosia. Okay. Kind of getting back some spirits here, but yeah, this is definitely the turn where I Tsunami and I can start going with Lakagon. So here, let's see. If I can get a Poseidon off the top, or even a Trident, that would be very good. Yeah, I feel pretty good with this. So we're just going to cast the Tsunami. Protect the Aphros. And now what I can do is with the Ambrosia, I pressure Lakagon's pop effect. And here I'm feeling pretty good. Like, I got an Ambrosia. I can deal with the back row. Tsunami's fine. The thing I have to debate here is, do I want to go for a huge swing here? I can Earthquake the Abominable and use the pop on the back row. And I do think I want to get rid of the back row. That is for sure. So we'll save the Earthquake for that. We'll save the Earthquake for after this. The reason I want to... Nope, wrong one. Where's the Ascend button? So the reason I want to do it this way first is if he ends up having something like a third Gorgon's Gaze, what I can do here... I should check this first. How many... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no response. Okay, cool. So what I can do here specifically is if he ends up having a live back row, I still have got Earthquake as a backup for the Abominable if he's got like another Gorgon's Gaze for the Lakagon. So here... Yeah, I want to cast that with water. So here we'll go Ambrosia. And we'll see if he has a response here, because here's where it's Gorgon. That's huge. So we'll get back... We want to keep its attack up. So let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. Return 1 more water. Just double checking cards here. 7. We'll go down to 6, 5. So that's at 7 attack. I feel pretty good about that. So yeah, we'll do... I don't want to go too much lower than 7, so we'll do that. Cover those to Spirit Deck. And we will trigger Lakagon, getting rid of that back row. It might just be a bluff here. Could easily be a bluff. So Lakagon's at 8 attack. And it is Kione, so it is a bluff. That's pretty big. I could Earthquake here, but honestly, I'm in such a commanding position. I don't feel like overextending here. And getting down to 6 spirits, I don't think will make a difference in terms of the clock I'm putting my opponent on. I can save the Earthquake if he has to stall out this Lakagon. Tsunami probably isn't the best here, just because what's attacking over this Lakagon? Most likely it's an Earthquake. So if Spicy Sausage has another removal card, like a Laurels here, yeah, this is going to be rough for me, because he definitely has the card advantage right now. But I still am ahead in spirits, and I've got responses, so it's not the end of the world. I just really need to find an Elestral here. If I had something like a Galaxy, I'm feeling pretty good, but I might just have burnt out here a bit sooner, which is a bit unfortunate. Like, if I had top-decked a Poseidon, I would be feeling so much better here, because I would have been able to draw extra cards. Abominable. Yep. No response. Probably just Abominable poke, and I am A-okay with that. Yeah, if I had gotten a Poseidon here, getting that extra card advantage would have been huge. Would have been much... It would be more ideal than that. And, turn too late. So here, I'm not too worried about this Abominable right now, because... Sausage doesn't have the Nexus set. He would have to re-enchant to start casting stuff. So I think I'm fine just to expend to draw. I've got the Poseidon, so I don't know if I need the Thunder for the Elichuk here. I think most of the time I just want to re-enchant it for Tsunami. I kind of want to hold the 2 to Ratless first, and I don't really want to dig too much into my work. So yeah, I don't think I need to dig deeper if I get an Elichuk. Shield's pretty good here. Don't really want to bluff stuff in case I run into rune removal. So yeah, we're just going to end here. Bit rough there. Yeah. Unfortunately, did have to commit quite a bit to kind of keep up on board there. Cryoling is fine. No response. So again, probably just going to shield it here. It is a bit more expensive, but it keeps my Earthquake live. Is that the only one he has? Is he going to have to destroy it? This might be awkward. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Okay. That was interesting. I wonder what happened there. All right, let's see. Send to Cryovern. No response. Yeah, definitely shielding here. So he's going to go Abominable first. There is a play here where I just Tsunami Earthquake, which is a bit more spirit efficient. I actually quite like that while the Tsunami is still live. We'll do that. I don't think I really need to hold the Earthquake for much longer. Okay. So here, we got the Earthquake for the Cryovern. Unfortunately, not an Elestral. Hey, Wirtz. Not a great position here. We do expend to draw. I think I need my water here. This is going to be awkward if I draw into another Earthquake, but I don't think I have the option to. Gosh, oh. This deck might want to make me run more Elestrals. May throw in some rabbits here for some of these runes. We'll see as I keep playing this deck. So we do have the Earthquake for the Cryovern. Got that out of the way. And we have got Gorgon's Gaze for any shenanigans. So this is not looking the best, but not unwinnable because we do have Trident Poseidon combo. So even if I can top deck something like an Elichik, I think I'm feeling all right. Let's see what my opponent ends up doing. Is he just going to re-enchant the bomb? Oh, Ascend into... Dang, just keeping on the Cryovern. No response. So this does get shielded, and I'm feeling pretty good about shielding this here. It does leave me on pretty low spirit, so I can't Trident lock my opponent, but Cryovern can just end a game. Doesn't even attack. That is well played. I mean, I do have the Gorgon's Gaze, so I feel all right about that. How do I do this here? So Cryovern's at 7. He's got a live back row. I can misenchant Elichik here, get it up to 6 attack. So I can't quite hit over the Cryovern, which is frustrating. So here... I am just shy of this. That, dang, really putting on the pressure here. Do I want to cast out the Elichik here? Because I definitely... Gorgon's Gaze, the Cryovern. I take 1, and I may need Trident to hit over something. Or even just Nexus. This is a really weird position to be in. I don't think I expend to draw. I can cast out the Elichik, which I don't think is terrible. I've already used my Lockagon. I think I have to... I don't think there's much I can do here, honestly, because I don't have spirits for the Earthquake. A second Earthquake. So I might just have to expend to draw. Hope I can find exactly Ambrosia and Earthquake. What are my other outs here? Rely on Sausage to cast something after... Well, no, he wouldn't cast something, so I'm just delaying the inevitable. Dang. 1 attack shy. Yeah, I think I have to play for the Ambrosia Earthquake, so we'll expend to draw. Got another Gorgon's Gaze. We will set 1, set 2, and pass. Not looking good here. I really need Ambrosia Earthquake. I'm not out of it. I can get 2 cards next turn. Ooh, hard to send Cryo Scorch. Okay. Let's see. Cryo Scorch here you can spend to force your opponent. No response. So he's going to use Cryo Scorch here. And we're going to cast Gorgon's Gaze. So unfortunately here, Cryo Scorch's expend is not a cost. It's part of its effect. So it doesn't really do me much here. I really need to top deck exactly Ambrosia Earthquake to get out of this. If I can do that, I think I got it. And I'm wondering if earlier in the game, yep, correct, is not a cost. Aphros. It gives me a chance to do something here, right? I'm wondering if earlier I should have just shielded the Abominable to play around it. I think I had Gorgon's Gaze, so I'm wondering if I should have just let instead... No, I didn't have Gorgon's Gaze at that point when I did that play. Though I think I drew into it. So honestly, I probably shouldn't have bothered the turn. Hey, Keeps. I probably shouldn't have bothered the turn I did Earthquake the Cryovern if I had drawn the Gorgon's Gaze. I don't remember if I did, but if I had, I probably should have just let my opponent ascend into the Cryo Scorch and Gorgon's Gaze and then Earthquaked. Probably would have been the better play. Or no, Gorgon's Gaze the Cryovern and then Earthquaked it the following turn? Nah, I need to play that back. I'm not sure. Okay, so we go Aphros. Yeah, this is the best play we got here. Opponent's got Gorgon's Gaze. My opponent's got Gorgon's Gaze. So we'll go Aphros here. See response. No response. We can just... So I need exactly Ambrosia Earthquake off this draw. So I want to draw 2. Meaning I can just cast Trident. I don't think it really matters if it's Poseidon or Trident here. Trident, if Sausage doesn't play correctly, can mess this up. See response. And this way, okay, yeah, he doesn't have the Gorgon's Gaze. So we're going to alert, response. Yep. Nexus. If he has Poison Nectar, this also rocks. This also destroys me. No response. Okay. Ambrosia Earthquake. Let's see it. Nope. GG. Oop, that's weird. Well, wasn't able to hold out there long enough. Had a really strong start there, but couldn't really sustain. Really needed a Nexus Bank for that Aphros to get some more draw. So first observation of this deck is that maybe I want to run more than 16 Elestrals. I might want to bump this up to maybe 17 Elestrals, or 18 Elestrals might be good. Maybe throw in like 2 Astrabit. That could be very strong. But we'll play another round of this deck. It might just be variants. Got a bit unlucky there to see. But that's definitely the play I'm thinking of. The other option I could see is maybe cut back on some of these counter runes and run more Laurels. That could be pretty good. Yeah, I got flooded with rune draw. Yeah, we'll see with variants. I'll queue up for another one, and then we can test over there. I think I'm liking the path of trying out the Astrabit before just trying to run more Invoke rune removal. Let's change up the sleeves. So this is main deck. Let's rock the new Cryoling sleeves for the main deck. Or Spirit deck. Gotta go Leviathan. And we gotta go Mountains of Boreas. Where is it? Just because that's so pretty of a map. No, what am I looking for? Is it this? Yeah, it's this. Let's change this up. One. There's some weird stuff. Let's drop it and see how that goes. Save and close, because I noticed it was breaking in. So, ooh, hold up. One final thing I want to change on this. Where is the funny image? I always go for this image as my profile picture. No, not that one. Have it on my main account. Did they remove it? They might have removed the funny foamy. Well, that makes me sad. Well, I'm never changing my profile picture on my main account now if they, because I think it's stuck because I don't see it. It's the foamy art there. They zoomed in on it. Yeah, we'll just go for this. Okay. All right, let's queue up again. Again, if any of you want to play, feel free to queue in against me. If you are new and want to learn, I'm more than happy to teach y'all. Just buying the sausage real quick. All right, let's see. We're gonna go forge again, find a clash. And we'll get into another one here. And of course, if any of you have any questions, let me know. I'm here to just kind of let you know why I do stuff and ruling questions, play questions, whatever really. Let's see. While we're waiting, I'm going to check on something real quick. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Queued up again. Is it sausage? No, it's who dat. All right. Let's get it. All right, let me switch back to here. Heads again, so I'll be on the play. I typically prefer saying my runes first. Oh, and this is a good hand. So again, really fishing for that divine rune to start nexusing with Afros, but we got the foamy, which feels really good. We got Gorgon's Gaze. Altar, again, we really need that nexus bank. So I'm really starting to think that Ash Rabbit would be a great include, just to give me extra ways to start filtering through my deck for those. I know in previous versions I played a 2 Trident to try to find it, but I don't know if I really want to go Trident, an additional Trident here. So we're just going to throw out a foamy, as we do. Set 1, set 2, and pass it right along. See what Hudat's got. Setting 1, see what he's on. Setting 2. Curious why people tend to set their runes first. Ooh, the foamy. Yeah, no response. I love a PTA here, but I've got Gorgon's Gaze, so that doesn't feel too bad. Perfect. Okay, I am A-okay with that. Let's cast out the Elechic here. Let's start with that. And of course, Elechic's effect, response. See what my opponent's got. This is awkward for my opponent because he doesn't want to Gorgon's Gaze the Elechic here to prevent me from getting the Divine Rune, but that means he loses out on the Gorgon's Gaze for the foamy. None? Okay, so I get to grab my Poseidon to hand. Shuffle it. Here I'm debating using the Earthquake because I have board advantage here. I'm going to start baiting counter runes, which will be great once I get off Aphros and start drawing cards. And especially it saves my Gorgon's Gaze for other shenanigans. So I kind of like just Earthquaking here and just kind of putting on the pressure. I'm going to try that. We'll see if this pans out. But I'm in such a good position, and Foamy is a good card to Earthquake here. It's kind of funny. It is definitely a good card to Earthquake, but I also like playing out Foamy because it baits out the Earthquakes from my bigger stuff. So it's really a game of optimizing your Earthquake and removal usage in general. So let's go to battle. Let's go Elechic first. Elechic and then Foamy. Oh, does it anyway. And end. All right, pass it back over to Hudat. Let's see what they've got. I know in the most recent tournament, there was a very interesting deck that got in top 8, and I called it Ascensions Matter. I could also call it Ramp, but it was running the Hydrake line, but it wasn't, actually, I don't remember if it was running an Aeolus to search it out, but the cool thing for me was it was running both Earth Scout and Foamy with a Molstachian, with the clear intention of just keeping bodies on board to be able to ascend into, because there's also Chrysort in the deck. And I thought that was a really cool build to just utilize on these really annoying sticky cards to get out big bodies. Ooh, Babloon. Water Enchantress get +2/+2. Thank you. No response. My phone be getting swole from that. And with Poseidon, I actually have alter plays, which is really cool going into this turn, because I can alter the Babloon into attack and attack over it. Aphros, I don't really want to put into attack here, but I can put on pressure. The reason I don't want to is because, if anything, I'd rather keep it on board and risk these two, so I think I'm going to go with the safe play. We'll see if it gets punished here. I think it's fine. So we'll go Aphros. Go response. Let's see if my opponent has anything. Likely will get Gorgon's Gazed, but that's fine by me. No response. I am tempted to go Force Spirits on Poseidon, and here's why. Because I have the altar, what I can do Force Spirits, I can try to Nexus 2 over to Aphros. I expect the spirits to go onto the Aphros and then get Gorgon's Gazed. Then I can Nexus 1 back with the altar. And I mean, we just want to cast this out and then decide. And then I can still full load. I think that's a bit too risky since I don't know what my opponent has. We'll see. Response. See if my opponent has a response here. No response. All right, so we'll Nexus. And we'll do the 2 spirits. And then we'll alert it. And let's see if my opponent has that Gorgon's Gaze. Yep, does have the Gorgon's Gaze. Yeah, the question here is, I can alter, like use a spirit from the Aphros and then Nexus back to the Poseidon to go on the offense. But I can also just wait a turn, because the Babloon benefits me as well. But if my opponent Earthquakes, that also feels bad. I think I'm just going to put on the pressure here and make it real awkward for my opponent. So we're going to... Oh, I can't Nexus. Hold up. Yeah, I can't. It can't be involved in a Nexus. So, scratch that. We're just going to... Ooh, actually, I can Gorgon's Gaze the Babloon and accomplish the same thing. That's kind of funny. And start pushing in again. But I'm not that pressured. Do I really want to give it the Gorgon's Gaze? Not really. When I can force a crash, yeah. Well, let's try this. Since I don't really know, I could be super hasty and attack Gorgon's Gaze it and get in for another spirit's worth of damage. But it doesn't really change the outcome here, and I think I can try to bait something else out here. If that's the case. Like, I feel pretty good about my protection if he ascends. Like, into a Capricorn here? Yeah, I feel fine. No response. Especially since I have shield. Like, I think it shields the play here. Let's go and just attack. But Balloon Tech's pretty cool in this, so I don't think I need to search out another Poseidon. Browse. We can get some of these in the underworld. Bit unfortunate for my opponent. Nah, I don't need this after. I'm set up. Let's try to conserve spirits. See if my opponent has chains. Ooh, the chains. That's fun. Here. So chains. I don't really want to lose my Aphros, so this is a bit awkward. I think I Gorgon. Nah. We're going to alter here with the spirit from my Aphros. The reason I'm using a spirit from Aphros is just to min-max spirits and conserve them in my spirit deck. See if my opponent has a second chains. Nope. Okay, cool. So, oh, nope. So we Nexus this spirit. One of these water spirits is technically in the underworld, so I'm just going to move it back to my spirit deck. Yeah, I attached them instead of expending them like Shield says, just to kind of show it. But since I had the 2 on there, it's technically the only world sent back. Ooh, that's pretty good. Blue stacks, huh? Yeah, Alex. I was trying to get my phone to cast, but I think once I get cards, I'm going to want to play webcam games, so it just really wasn't worth the time. Or like a lot of the apps, screen mirroring apps, were like money, so I was just like, let's just use blue stacks if it works. Either way, I'm using an alt account because I'm not mixing my testing stuff here. So, just worked out well. All right, so draw 1 or draw 2? Because here, you know, I didn't think about this. I still can't out the Capricorn. I mean, I got a second shield, so that was a fine play. Because it lets me do something if I can grab even a galaxy. So yeah, I'm going to... I will... This is a bit awkward. Like, I kind of want to keep Poseidon on board, but I kind of want to draw 2. Because if I find Trident, but Galaxy's the more likely one. So let's play towards it. So, alert. Response. No response. So we'll Nexus. We'll do both spirits. No response. That's great. So let's see. Come on, Galaxy. Oh, Galaxy doesn't even help us here. I mean, that works. It does mean... Well, no, Lakagon, right? Lakagon puts in work here. It's Lakagon versus Trident. This is awkward. I was still thinking Babloon math. Fair. Anything blow up? Not yet. Obviously can't say it won't ever, but not yet. So here I'm thinking we can go Lakagon, but Lakagon gets cooked by back row. But it is the cheaper play here, so I don't hate it. I can go over the Foamy. I think the Foamy... I mean, the Foamy grabbing Aphros is pretty good. That's where that play was a bit awkward. I wish I went for 4 spirits on the Poseidon, but I definitely was more likely to draw into the Aphros. Just thinking, what punishes me here if I go Lakagon? 2 spirits. Well, that answers that question. All right, we're going Trident. Still leaning me more towards the Astrabbit in this deck to help find multiple Poseidons. It might not even matter here. Like, it's still putting on a lot of pressure. I'm still in a very optimal position here. No response. Okay, cool. So I'm anticipating shield. I don't want to switch Aphros to attack. I'm fine switching Foamy to attack. Just in case things go south, I would prefer keeping the Aphros up. Let's see shield. Tsunami. Ooh, okay. I am A-okay with that. We'll end with that. See what my opponent's got. The awkward thing with Trident here, the other awkward thing about this deck, and I remember I was running also 2 restings of your Laurels in an earlier version of this list. Ooh, the Earthquake here is huge. The Foamy, okay. That is fine by me. Okay, love seeing that. Another Laurels would be nice since this deck plays so slow, because unfortunately with the Galaxy plays, Trident can only get me so big. That Babloon is obnoxious, but not the end of the world. No response. I mean, we just shield the Capricorn and Babloon's no issue. I mean, I can Gorgon's Gaze it, but I don't... Do I care? I kind of want to keep it around just so I can get the Aphros draw. So yes. Kind of want to keep an Earthquake live. This is a really weird play, and I think my opponent's going to feel fine. But at the same time... And this is where I shield. I can't hold on to Earth Spirits. Yeah, I think this is right. This is a huge turning point in the game. This gives me so much tempo. I think it's fine to give up the Gorgon's Gaze finally here. And this just sets me up for such a much better turn since I can also Nexus Spirits. So this actually should be game here. And here's why. My opponent doesn't have a back row. So what I can do here is I can Nexus from Trident onto Elichuk. And draw 2. Got another Aphros. I can draw a ton here, actually. But I can also just go Lakagon and pressure stuff out that way. Just get a big guy on board since the Tsunamis are kind of dead. But I can also just draw more, which is kind of fun. Because let's see. Babloon here is at 3 attack, so I can hit over it. So let's see. 3, 6. I mean, I just cast something out anyway. Because it's all water enchanted, right? All water enchanted Electric plus 2. So yeah, it's linear. So I think that's just GG. Let's just Nexus from Aphros to Aphros, I guess. And these 2 spirits have gotten me so much value. It is crazy. Go face down. Face down. Face down. And that should... not quite... Yeah, it's still a really awkward position for my opponent, because what? He's dropped down to 1 spirit with that? So that's 2, 6. Yeah, so I've got 7 on board. So 1 spirit. So I was 1 off. My Lakagon... I could have gone Lakagon, just because it's big guy, obnoxious to deal with. But at the same time, this is probably just GG anyway. And I got some more draws, so like now... like the only thing that really roasts me is like a Rogue Eruption, probably. Which I've got no reason to believe he's got an Eruption. He tries to fight back. I've got Tsunami. I've got Gorgon's Gaze to start answering stuff. I think it's fine. I think you can debate either way. Well, in case my opponent has some miracle card, which I can't think of anything that really gets them back into this game, it also means that... because like if I go Lakagon, Ambrosia Earthquake could also have done some serious work. So this is probably a safer play, and this helps me dig deeper into the deck from my Ambrosias. The other play that I think could have been justified is just hold an attack. Hold the spirits so I don't get outed by an Eruption. Oh, that's what that ping is. Oop. Yeah, GG had the perfect out. Yup. And that's the tough thing as well when we've got a good sequence of outs. Let's see, get back there. And also just making sure that you know how to sequence your outs appropriately can also help save you. Like, you definitely don't want to just be firing them off all willy-nilly. Sometimes you need to really say to yourself, is it worth it here? Or can I get a better hit off of like a shield or something? Like, when will this give me the most effectiveness? All right. What is it, about 8 o'clock? We'll go another round with this deck. Anyone watching, feel free to queue in. If you're brand new, let me know. I can definitely guide you through the game here. Anything is really welcome. Hosting Atlantis. Let's see if they got a game or not we can play against this guy. Let's see, private clash game list. Find a clash. See if we get queued up against someone if they're hosting. Looks like they're specifically hosting. Let's see. Private clash. Game list. We'll just join. There we go. Alright, we're up against Prof Bearded. Say GLHF. 1 and 2 at this deck. Not too bad. Only losing to Sausage. Arguably one of the best players in the game. Well, not even arguably, one of the best players in the game. That is a mulligan. mulligan. I do not like that hand with no Elestrals going first. I really like shield's fine. We don't, without an Elestral, we don't even have an altar set up. It's not much better. I'll still keep it. I really don't want to mulligan again. I don't think this deck with an Earthquake in hand, it's too bad to expend a draw here. I am definitely, after this game, including some Astravets in this deck. Like, this is 2 games now. I want to see if it just feels better. Like, 2 games typically isn't a good enough sample size, admittedly. But at the same time, with the amount of games I want to play, if it just feels better, that generally for what I do is fine. For like actual testing, I probably would want to play a few more games. 15 is definitely not feeling optimal enough, especially since I don't have much search, or I don't have any search for Elestrals. I think that's the big thing why I would want to run more. Ooh, Mountains of Boreas, really setting up here. I don't know if I agree with casting Mountains before going for an Elestral, just in case the Elestral gets answered. Likely not in this situation. More Frost. Interesting. Okay. About to get cooked by more Frosts again with no Elestrals. Okay. Bunch of people playing voice chat. I'm sure that's getting a lot of the attention. Frigicub. See if they notice. Do I care about the Frigicub here? Not really. No response to the cast. See if my opponent shows me. It is Abominable and Abominable. Cool. Okay. Yeah, do keep in mind the titled cards. It does not reveal which title it is. It just says the card name. So that's something to keep in mind when doing this. It's best practice to throw them out on board and show them. All right, let's see. What did my opponent do? Frigicub attacking. That's fine. I don't really have anything that I really want to do. We'll just take the Spirit here. I know I run 2, but do I really need to? I don't think I need to. I'd probably drop the Zaptor down to 1. Well, okay, I'm changing Astrap, so I better not drop the Zaptor down to 1. All right, let's see what we get for our draw for turn. Where are you all excited to play this in Frostfall? Ooh, Galaxy. There we go. Only thing that cooks me is a Gorgon's Gaze. Oh, well, he's got Mountain Boreas. Should have thought of that before I cast this. I might... Ooh, okay. So I'm fine with this. Here's a good call out here. My opponent could have waited to cast that during the battle step, and I would have reduced... Casting it during the battle step would have suppressed it, undoing the stat swap, and I would have crashed into the Frigicub. Because he didn't do that, my Galaxy is A-okay. So I'm fine with that. Do I want to set up anything else? No, not really. So yeah, I mean, debatably here, I also could have cast the Tsunami. I think arguably I probably would have been better just to expend to draw. So I'm just going to pass it back over. See if they say something about it. Because I didn't attack. I think I would have been attacking. I think for tonight, I might just stick on this deck and make some changes. But if you all want to suggest decks for me to try out on Thursday, drop them in chat. I'm definitely want to try out some new stuff. That's not important, ping. Let's see. Really curious what my opponent's doing here. The Frigicup and the Morfrosts. It's really fun seeing what people come up with this early on in the set because, for context, I've been playing this set for over a year now with the testing. So to me, I've had a lot of experience with stuff like Morfrost and such. So I have my opinion on how to correctly build the deck. What is optimal? So it's so fun seeing people also experimenting with their own stuff. Let's see. Please wait. I want to evaluate. So he's got... That's just 2 attack. Do I care enough to PTA? Not really. Yeah, no response. So it's really fun seeing all these takes on it and the different stuff. Like, Spicy Sausages deck was so cool to see in action with using the Kryling as well as an alternate win condition with the Morfrosts. That is something I did not test myself just due to deck. I kind of keep myself to more strict deck building constraints typically, and I struggle to deviate from a lot of those norms. I'm trying to get better at it and test out some wild stuff, but I always just feel like there's a reason I'm running so many counter runes, or I run 3 copies of a removal card. All right, let's see what Prof's got. Got the Abominable. It is at 3 attack. Frigicup is at 5 because of the Stadium. Would have been real awkward if I had attack not realizing it. Still not great about keeping track of stadiums, but I feel all right with this. Probably, I should have set the altar last turn because I would have been able to set up Trident and I would have been able to do altar plays during my battle step if need be. Probably would have been better, but I'm feeling all right. If my opponent just attacks here, I Tsunami, and then I can start attacking over stuff. If my opponent Nexus is here, I feel even better. Or if my opponent's going to try to bring out another Abominable. There's a lot of stuff we can do. Like, even just Frigicub, Nexus from Stadium onto Abominable, get the Spirit back on itself, Abominable, Disenchant, grab out Abominable, lets him go, or Lichen, lets him go really wide. The problem here is it just doesn't, Abominable just isn't getting very big. We're just going to Tsunami. Oh, that's what my opponent was debating, was the stat gain. I mean, my opponent also could have just re-enchanted Frigicub and hit over. That would have been a completely valid play. Doesn't seem like my opponent has chains, I would guess. My opponent could have chains. I'm getting the impression that Prof is a bit of a newer player, so not as familiar with how to optimize some of these plays, which, hey, completely understandable, more power to him, just kind of testing stuff out and learning it. I'm kind of getting that impression, so I would suspect if Prof had chains, he would have played it, or they would have played it, but since they did not, I'm going to make the read that they do not. Jotagua here is good. I like that. Doesn't really do too much. Oh, no, never mind, it's at 4 attack. That's at 4. That's a bit awkward. So Jotagua can't hit over it. Can't hit over either. So do I even want to throw it in attack? I've got altar for some stuff. It's a bit weird because if Galaxy gets answered, Jotagua's on its own. So we're going to cast it in defense, I think. Yeah. Staying being really obnoxious here. I really wish I could fit Stay in this deck, but honestly, it's a bit full. Maybe I don't need all these counter runes. We'll see. We can always... I'm going to experiment a ton with this deck. So let's see if my opponent has a response. So Jotagua here being able to recover me 2 spirits, water spirits from the underworld, just kind of giving me some extra leverage. Right now, my opponent is ahead 2 spirits when we count everything on board. So this one helps even it out. No response. Cool. Grab back that 2 water. It's back to Spirit deck. Feeling pretty good there. All right, and then from there, we'll just set the altar. And I'm fine with this because I can always make plays altering from Galaxy to Jotagua or vice versa if I deem it necessary. And I can be pretty strong if I'm nexusing onto Jotagua. Sure, I use my Galaxy, but I get spirits back. And I've got a pretty decent setup here. So we move to the battle phase. We're just going to try to get over that Frigicub now that it is in defense and only has 4 defense to my 5 attack. Hitting over the Frigicub because the Abominable takes a bit to get big. Like, my opponent's going to have to start... Like, my opponent not adding the Indus, I think, was also... Unless my opponent has an Indus in hand, I don't think that was the optimal play to go double Abominable. You really need Indus to be able to set up more Frost in your underworld. See what my opponent does here. Any answers? Tsunamis are dead. Just lets it go. Okay, cool. So that's about it. So yeah, Dratagwa is a bit awkward in defense because now Abominable can run it over, but with Gorgon's Gaze, I can always stop that no problem, which is why I'm kind of okay with it. I was just worried about Galaxy getting shielded. Ooh, Chillalotl is obnoxious. So let's see, which one are you choosing? When you cast Shell, you can choose up to 2 face runes as long as Chillalotl is cast. I don't really want to lose my Dratagwa here. So I kind of want to... Chillalotl runs over it as well. I'm thinking I PTA the Chillalotl, keeps it from killing the Dratagwa, and then Gorgon's Gaze the Abominable. I'm almost wondering if it's just better to let the Dratagwa go down. I think it is. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to cast PTA, and that's it. Unfortunately, if I just put Dratagwa in attack, so honestly, I think that would have been better here. Well, no, if he answered the Galaxy, it would have been the same answer. So I think this is fine here. I'm going to lose my Dratagwa, which kind of stinks, but it's fine. Like, I can Gorgon's Gaze Alter, but choose 2 face down, yeah. But they'll be live next turn, and Galaxy can hit over the Abominable, so I'm not too worried about it. I just don't think it's worth... I think this would be an overcommit just to commit counter runes to that, especially a Gorgon's Gaze on a weak Abominable. I feel like I can get way more value later on from this card. So let's see what my opponent does. So Chillalotl's at 1 attack. Abominable's still at 3? Yeah, I just got the 1. So can run over the Chakra. Ooh, okay. Just pass it. I don't know if they realized that... I don't think they realized that Chautauqua was at 1 attack, at 1 defense. So, opponent is a new player, is making some errors. Completely understandable, though. It's all about learning. Elichik response. Let's see. So now we're in a phenomenal position here because what we can do is we can grab Elichik, use Elichik. If it doesn't get Gorgon's Gaze, we can grab Poseidon, we can cast Poseidon, we got Trident Lock, and we're just chilling with that. I can even go full 4. No, I don't even need 4. Ooh, PTA. Okay. So we'll go get my search. Where is the Poseidon? There is the Poseidon. 2-hand. Shuffle up. So now we can just Trident up the Galaxy. I think it's pretty good. We can just do 3 spirits on the Poseidon. Excuse me there. Trying to be a 4 is correct, but I don't think so. I think we just do the 3 because we can get draws, but if we kind of want to go 4. 4 just because I want to Nexus 1 to Chautauqua, put on more pressure and get some spirits back. So I think I'll do the full 4. All right, and then we will do Trident onto the Galaxy. And I like this play because Galaxy hits over the Abominable. No response, perfect. Yep, Galaxy hits over the Abominable, Chautauqua can hit him for 2. So we will... alert. Can't do anything because of Trident Lock. Send a Spirit to Chautauqua. Chautauqua. And we get back 2. So we're just chilling here. Change modes. And we'll go to battle. No reason to use this Earthquake here. Just hit over the Abominable. I'm at 5-2 Abominable's 4 defense. And head in. Hope I'm not going too fast for Prof because that is... I was playing that a bit quickly there. Two, perfect. We'll hit him with the Eletric. Because Eletric is still at 2 attacks, so it can deal damage. And a chance to use PTA. See if they use it. I'm assuming there's no reason not to here. Like, if you're already committed to it, you're using it. Yep. Perfect. Eletric did exactly what it needed to. That was a very strong turn. Because now, look, we're even on Spirits, but you see how much more board presence and Spirits on board that I have. While it's true, what matters for the win condition is Spirits and Spirit deck, I typically, in the middle of the game, when judging game state, I look at the number of Spirits on board as well. So really, I like... because you can use Spirits on board to cast counter or really the instant runes, that's why I count these Spirits on board, because they're still technically live. They're still doing stuff. Even Spirits on Elestrals are still doing stuff because it can put out Spirit damage pressure. So like, I might have only used Spirits in my Spirit deck, which is the same as my opponent, but my opponent has 1 Spirit on board to my 8 Spirits. Ooh, Abominable. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, no response. So Abominable now is at, I believe, 4 attack? 2 Underworld. Yeah, 4. Spirits. I think my opponent might have misread. 1 extra Spirit on there. It's only 3. See, what did my opponent do? Just trying to get it back to Spirit deck or just searching out here? Grabbing back the Lycan isn't bad. Ooh, why did it not work? Come on. Yep, not a problem at all. Yeah, just loop one of those back to your Spirit deck and it's all good. Yep. All right. And he's grabbing something back from the Underworld. Is that it? Yeah, that was it. All right, let's see what my opponent grabs back. What am I looking for? OBS. Cool, that didn't show up. So my opponent's best grab back, yeah, the Frigicub. I agree with that play. Your Frigicub's your best beater in this deck. I don't have anything that hits over it. I have Galaxy, which matches, but because due to Frigicub's effect, and you having Keon out, you can easily hit over it. So right now, Chautauqua's at 4, Abominable's at 4, so it can crash with the Chautauqua, which is not... I think that's a fine play. But what I can do here, I actually have 2 options. I can either alter, proc Chautauqua, loop back 2 more Spirits, or I can just Gorgon's Gaze Crash. I think Gorgon's Gaze Crash is a great lesson here. Opponent might just pass because Abominable just matches. One thing that Prof could have done, which I think would have been the more optimal play, is play Keone first, or yeah, Keone first. Grab back the Frigicub, cast out the Frigicub, Nexus from Keone, and you can get that Frigicub huge to start hitting over that Galaxy. Because really, you want to get rid of that Galaxy because it's what's putting on the most offensive pressure with both its stat swapping effect, making my defensive guys actually offensive, and the Trident lock. Get that counter rune. I'm assuming it's a counter rune. It might be a bluff, but getting that live. We'll see. Don't think I missed anything while I was quickly checking Twitter. Might just be reading his cards, trying to understand all of it. Oop. Oh, look at chat. If I attack your Chautauqua, I destroy it. Do I still lose spirits because of difference? Yes. Yep. That is correct. Even if both Elestrals are destroyed and you're the one attacking, you still take spirit damage. Didn't he cast the Abominable per turn? Ah. Yeah. How's the game's Locagon carrying? How the game's been Locagon carrying? Actually, no. Most of the time, it's just like this game. Its prof is a newer player, so there's some just minor plays, of course, that when as you're learning, you wouldn't think of it until you actually see it. And then in the previous game, never actually got out lock. It was just Afro's draw that just spiraled me into a victory and some well-timed counter runes. So Locagon so far has not actually been carrying me. And this deck isn't designed to. Locagon's really just a nice top end. If I find it, it can definitely win me games, but it's not. The deck isn't built around relying on it. The main idea is just to kind of get a bunch of advantage off of Chautauqua and Afros and be able to leverage that with stuff like Galaxy to be able to win a game there with well-timed counter runes, as well as, ooh, speaking of Galaxy, as well as like removal, Earthquake, and whatnot. So let's see here. We can... So I can just attack over that. He's still under Trident Lock, so yeah, there's no issues here. I can just win it on the spot. No, I can't, which is kind of funny. The reason I can't... No, I can. What am I talking about? So I can... Oop. I didn't want to do that. I want to ping it first, just to make it clear. So it's still under Trident Lock. My opponent can't do anything, so I'm just going to move a Spirit to Chautauqua to find the lethal line. Alert Chautauqua. I'll get my 2 spirits back. And then, fun thing here is, I can just re-enchant the Chautauqua. I don't have any water in Underworld to still trigger it. So maybe I give it to the Galaxy? Galaxy putting on some pressure, though. It's a bit awkward. I don't think it really matters here because I'm just pushing for lethal anyway and my opponent can't do anything. I'm just overthinking it. Battle phase. We just attack with Galaxy. See some more people in here. I found lock runs better without Trident or Poseidon. I'd be curious to see your list. And that should be GG. I can see if you're dedicating a list to Locagon, that would indeed be, you wouldn't need Trident or Poseidon. But this, again, this build isn't really geared towards Locagon. Let's see. I returned. Oh, wrong account. Hey, I know your secondary account where it. Some other people might not. All right, so here with this deck, I think I just need more Elestrals because I'm not really searching any of them out. And if I don't find Afros to start Nexusing, it's not been fun. So here, my instinct is to cut Divine Blessing and Trident because these feel like win more cards. My other thought is I could cut PTA if I really wanted to keep those in. I feel like I just win through baiting out cards. Like most of the time the Trident is kind of underperforming here. It is another Nexus Bank for Afros. But if I'm running Elichick, I'm helping find it either way. Because I feel like everything else is super solid in this deck. Kind of like the one of Divine Blessing because it can just win me games on its own. Peliquarius time, I'm thinking Afros. Not Afros, not Elichick, Astrabbit. I'm thinking Astrabbit, and here's why. It's just a more versatile search card because, sure, I can search out stuff with Peliquarius, but if I don't have, like, my Poseidon, I really don't want to grab Afros with the Peliquarius until I have Poseidon. It's always a good thing to grab, like, Foamies and Galaxies as well, but I just feel like the Astrabbit's a bit more versatile, especially with this deck build. For all you'll know, I'm being identity stolen. That's tough. I have like the PTA removal. It's been very nice. I feel like this can just win me games as well. This is tough. I think I cut Trident. That's for sure. Part of me loves the fact that I've had more activity in the chat due to Wirtz queuing up in the wrong account than about Elestrals itself. Y'all are funny. Do I cut PTAs? That just leaves me with Earthquake for removal, though. I guess Shield as well. I'll try it. What I might end up doing here is I might miss the PTAs. So maybe I do like 2 Shield instead. And maybe cut back on one of the Elestrals to get back. Like one of my other Elestrals. And maybe instead run 6. Do I need... Can I cut another Elestral? That's the other question. I feel like I kind of want to cut down one. I do and I don't want to cut down on one Afros. You'd keep PTA? I know I really like it too. Like I could see 2 Afros because it's setup. It requires setup. But I just love when I get that Afros setup. It feels so good. But I also have Foamy to help find it, and if I'm adding Astrabbit, that helps me dig for it too. I don't love it, but I do think I cut down on one Afros. We can try the cut down on one Shield as well. And that gives me 3 slots for Astrabbit, which I like. Oh. There's Astrabbit. So, Alex, if you're still in the chat, here's potentially BlueStacks being BlueStacks. I haven't checked on my phone, but can add a new filter. It's just a blank list, which is fun. No, I don't want name. Anywho. Okay, so I got the Astrabbit. I need to adjust my spirits accordingly. I think I'm fine going down 12. We'll try that. Don't want to go too low on the water spirits. All right, let's queue back up. See how this goes. See, I got another ping on Discord. Got someone queued up in Forge. See if I match up or if I need to ping. Looks like I need a ping. All right. Nope, never mind. Got it. gets MR Sneaky Toast. I have not seen this player before, this caster before, so I'm not we'll see if they're a newer player or not. Should be an exciting clash. Did change up the sleeves. So let's see. Mulligan? Nah. Tsunami, Aphros, Elichick to find Poseidon, Earthquake for response. Tsunami I don't think is the strongest counter rune here. I think no, I'm going second, so actually I wouldn't really want a PTA here. PTA probably would have been fine, so I don't hate Tsunami here. I feel like Gorgon's Gate Shield might be a bit more impactful, but this is a solid hand. I feel like the Ambrosia is the weakest card here, but also has great potential, so it's nice to have it if I can also find Lakagon. Tectoros, ooh, Earth, okay. This will be interesting. Another option is also to either... I don't think I want to cut back on Elichick because I feel like finding the Poseidon is very crucial in this deck. No, I wouldn't because Poseidon is crucial in this deck. Yeah, it's a new player. You cannot... Oh, okay. I don't need the second Ambrosia. We'll see if they say anything. They might be just playing around, so... We'll see if they say anything. If they say something, I can respond, but they passed it over. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast out the Elichick. Alert the Elichick to go search for the Poseidon. I have a feeling they might be a newer player. We'll see. And shuffle up. So we don't have altar, so we don't really need to set it. We can crash the Elichick, which I don't hate since the Tectoros can start scaling, and I don't need it for Ascension plays, so we'll just set it. Hold the Earthquake. And we just crash. See what they do. Kind of want to wait for them to destroy their Tectoros first. Now here's the fun part where I need to figure out what to say to them. We'll see. I just meet up front and ask them, like, are you a newer player? Yeah, they are. So we'll just do that. See if they catch on. Also, they both are destroyed. +1 attack for each earth, putting it at 4 attack. Cool. All right. Yeah, looks like they're newer player. All right, that's fine. We can try to walk them through it best we can with the chat here. Thank you, Orts. Still not about Elestrals, though. Also, put on the Leviathan shirt. Took a shower before this, and I was like, yeah, if I'm streaming, I'm playing water. I'm putting on the Leviathan shirt. I mean, it's not like over half my spear deck is all Leviathans, right? Ooh, golden apple. Okay. No response. See what they discard. They put a fruit deck together. Words, is this you're doing? Your inspiration? Smoky bad. Oh, that's why they were typing. Smokey's fun. Probably the worst card in Frostfall, but has some of the highest potential out of any card. Or I shouldn't say highest potential, it's got good potential. Failure isn't with the card, it's with not much supporting it. Okay. The card text. Let's see. So this actually, if my opponent snipes the Afras out of hand, this will hurt. Yeah, and it terrifies me. You know, I was watching that game, but not closely enough. Discard a card right from your opponent's hand. Just pin a random card in my hand. Circle the sky level shrugs until it's broken. Yes, right? It's funny you say that because people love... Ooh, I'm fine with that. Love Circle the Skies. I just haven't found much that really likes it. And then I mill top 2, right? Top 2, yeah. No, Jataqua! Ah, the power combo! But yeah, Circle the Sky, like, I just... It's very much an enabler card. You want it to enable some sort of synergy. And then it's really good, because it replaces itself, and it can help enable that. But without that, it's just... Maybe, but you need Jataqua on the board with that. For that to be really good at that point, just play Alter, because it's just better. Or I shouldn't say it's better, it's more versatile. What we need is more like high power Nexus, or receive effects, in my opinion. How do I do that? I tried move. On the card. You know, here's one of the things I'm happy I'm on BlueStacks. I can type a lot faster with a keyboard than I can on phone. Rise to Charlie. Okay. Tim? Okay, actually, no, I was about to say, like, you're the one doing Rise shenanigans here. But to be fair, if you're building a Lockagon-focused deck, I could totally see Rise from the Depths. Atlantis being a good included there over maybe, like, Poseidon. I personally prefer Poseidon because it gives us, like, Alter with Poseidon being able to Nexus. I personally prefer that, but I think that's valid. Galaxair, yeah, that's fine. Nah, it's not worth it. Yeah, response. I could see that being explored. I don't know if it's necessarily better than the Nexus package here, but not terrible. I think it could be fine. What am I doing here? Water? Oh, yeah, we can get rid of that. Oh. Let's say, what's the best one here? I feel like just saying after it attacks is a bit better here. Because it is true, once you attack, you have no opportunity to change it. Gotta get back to work. Later. Thank you for the like dozen messages in my chat. I appreciate it. For all of you who are still here, I'm probably going to be playing a different deck on Thursday when I stream, so let me know what you would like to see. Okay, Galaxy's pretty good. This lets me head over the Galaxair, but at the same time, Galaxair's kind of annoying because Aphros gets cooked by it. Excuse me. So I can try to establish a board with Galaxy and set up Aphros after the fact. I mean, I'm overthinking this. This player's clearly new, so I'm just going to cast out the Galaxy. I can't turn it off, guys. I have to play optimally. The superior Nexus form. Brontiglow? Okay, we got one for Brontiglow. I have not played that deck. That definitely was not one that I really was interested in testing. I think it's a cool spin on Thunder, but I definitely think it is on the weaker side of things. Really cool concept, though. Like in stream today, I think it was with Spicy, actually, that deck, or I shouldn't say it was Spicy. I know it was someone mentioned that if we ever get titled Thunderstorm, that can be really powerful. Or I should say really powerful, but that would really help out the deck as well. I still don't know if it's a strong enough payoff or not. Though pretty good at swarming the board. Yeah, maybe I'll come on and build it live on stream. That might be a good idea. I say that, and I know I'm not going to have time to build it unless I'm live on stream. Turns out home renovations are very time-consuming. Oh, I missed chat. Let's see. Who do I have to ascend this guy? What did they show me? Yes. Come on. Any Elestral with 2 or more on it needs to be ascended unless an effect says otherwise. Runes is not the right word there. Spirit symbols, not runes. My bad. That's a better explanation. All right, let's see here. So maybe it doesn't have anything in hand. Excuse me for a second, I'm going to be a bit mean. I don't know how to not play optimally. So Aphros. I drive my brother crazy because he's a lot younger than me. So when we play games together, I don't go easy on him. And it partially drives him crazy. But he knows when he wins, he's earned it. Ah, come on. Okay. Hold on. So alert. That's Nexus. And draw 2. I think he's thinking I'm attacking. I'm not. I think they're keeping track because they just sent 2, right? I think he sent 2 spirits, but we'll just attack. Ah! It's weird. Nice. You already expended 2, so just do 2 more. Also, super cheesy and fun deck to play is Neandersloth, especially when you get him out with that crazy 13 attack stat. I don't think I'm meme enough for Neandersloth. Like, that deck, like, that is it. Neandersloth is not a good card. It's a funny card. I don't think I'm meme enough for that. Keep getting pinged by other servers. I'm like, trying to keep track of Lestral pings. All right. Might try to direct him to my stream after this to maybe, if they are interested to see. Looking at the time, we got probably time for one more game after this. I do have to go pretty much right now. I got some flexibility, a little bit of flexibility, but not too much. Ooh, the Giraflora. That's cool. No response. So, can get back to Tektoros. Ooh. Yes, I might make a Dracadoodle deck. I was wanting to do that. So, at the end of set 2 testing, I looked at Dracadoodle. I'm like, this is a card that I have not tested that I really want to test. And I mocked up a deck and just never played it because then we moved on to set 3 testing. I was like, I need to test set 3. So that would actually be a one I'm down to test on Thursday. Yeah, my guys are too big for the Giraflora. Galaxy can easily hit over it. Yeah, Dracadoodle. Cause also, I know why. I think what happened with set 2 testing, the reason I kind of picked up on Dracadoodle after the fact was, I would like to say that wrapped up around the time. Was it around that time? I just remember part of what. Ooh, that's a good play. That stops me. What sparked it was the end of the first ECL, because I was on Wind, and I really wasn't paying much attention to the 2 costs, because the 2 costs other side of like the Ascension line of Hydrate, Twindra, and Pantera wasn't really relevant. Suppress and Wreck, hyper aggressive but super awesome. But yeah, it really was the loving Chrysor during the first ECL that got me being like, you know what, maybe I should actually start pushing for more 2 costs here. And I saw Dracadoodle, I'm like, oh, this looks so much fun. So maybe I'll do that. I like that idea. All right, what am I doing here? Being mean, I can get 5 spirits taken on half their spirit deck. No, I'm not gonna be that mean. Oh, alert Aphros to Nexus. And then alert again, and we'll get my draw too. This is still insane with Aphros. We'll go Earthquake Foamy. I think that's right. We have the Tektoros incoming, but we got something for that. So we'll go Earthquake. Pop the Giraflora. So the tutorial didn't mention Nexus. What's that? Nexus is simply an effect that moves a designated type and number of spirits from one source to another. Let's say it after the fact. No, I'll say it now. No. I stalled there because I was typing. Let's see. Let's go foamy. And we'll protect against earthquake. See Mesh's Grave Shift. I'll check it once I finish getting these attacks. Let's see what you say. Aphros is one of my favorite cards to use in water. Water ramp, crazy when it pops off. It truly is. Like, here's my theory about Aphros. Once you get draw 4 off of the same 2 spirits, the value alone spikes your win rate. Not by like a crazy amount where you're like, this card needs to be answered, but a very strong like boost there just because you're flooded with card value. As long as your deck's built optimally, a lot of times I found I just have the cards I need. Is that 2 damage for 2 attacks? Damage is, what effect for this damage is calculated based off of the number of spirits on the attacker. So and they deal 1 damage each. Yep. Cool. Cool. All right. I'm gonna go on an extra spare if I next off of the Poseidon, but yeah, but Aphros, yeah, I really like Aphros. This one, it's so nice to have a receiver. The other, and I like it a bit more over Jataya with the Ambrosia and Ambrosia Cornucopia, just because I feel like the cards are a bit more independently good versus Jataya. Like the only regular Ambrosias I think is independently good, and Cornucopia needs setup. That being said, Jataya with Ambrosia Cornucopia is more splashable. Question about it? Oh, so you just made me think of 2 funny stories. I'll tell that in a second. Yes. So first one, I accidentally queued in with a set 1 version of this deck against a set 4 deck. And the Aphros draw value, left unchecked, did win me the game. It was crazy. Second funny story was, in terms of when we were in leak season. So I was streaming and I did a live reaction to the More Frost trailer. And in there, almost said Indus when it was transforming. Like, oh, that's not revealed. I don't know what's revealed fully yet. I shouldn't say anything. That was fun. Tectoros, no response. I mean, I could PTA here, but yeah. So Tectoros really big here. It's at 6 attack. Really solid. How mess with the new fruit? Yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, it's new fruit. That engine, if it pops up, is crazy. But at the same time, if you just can't find your Ambrosias like Dan did earlier today or yesterday, I think it was, the deck doesn't do much. Need to get more water after this. I'm putting this guy through the ringer. I feel bad. I'm like torn. Like I can't turn off the try hard, but also it feels a bit like bullying because I know this guy's new and doesn't really know. All right, so let's see here. Let's play a game. Can I end next turn? So, got tech and defense. I like to think about it as I'm showing Sneaky Toast here, or MR Sneaky Toast, Mr. Sneaky Toast here, the full breadth of what's possible in Elestrals. Yes. All right. So, 6 spirits left. Yeah. If Larry or Red Baron were here, he could say I was teaching him Vanguard last Friday. I was bullying him. It wasn't even close. Okay, so let's see. I can get those 3, so that's 5, 6 spirits. So I can effectively win this turn. So let's go. That's at 3 defense. I'm at 4. That's at 3. So let's just throw it. I mean, it doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll just do alert, Nexus. If I find an earthquake, that's even more game. Nah, alter. Okay. I'll go Helichick. We'll search out Poseidon to hand. Shuffle it back up. We'll go. I mean, Gorgon's Gaze is a better set. We'll go. Where's the alert? Alert. Nexus. We'll spread out the spirits a little bit. We'll move that to the Elichik. And what I can do here is I can set a Gorgon's Gaze, an Altar of Stars, really strong back row. And, you know, putting the water spin on the Elichik is such a mean bait. Like, it's generally a dumb idea, but with Altar, it's hilarious because I can move the spirit off the Elichik. Teach you, Helen? Okay, queue up into the next game then. Brutal form of teaching. Let's see if I can catch it before he leaves. Oh, come on. If you want to tune into the stream, my YouTube is Eagle the Duck. All right. Here's another obnoxious part of my brain. Leave game marks it as a forfeit, and I technically won it, so I'm like, don't forfeit, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. There are some analytics reasons why it's nice if people correctly forfeit. That's just not relevant right now, but it is nice. Let's see. Helen wants to smoke eagle. Anyone want smoked eagle tonight? Makes sense. Yeah, it definitely is difficult if you're getting used to the UI. All right, I've got time for one final game. So let's get it. Volcanic Forge, Find Clash. Helen, if you want to queue up, feel free to. I promise that I will not... Okay. I know you're knowledgeable enough that you can probably destroy me. I promise that I will not go easy on you. That's what I can promise. Anywho, let's see. At Q... or nope. Digit... I will put it out here. Still Q Forge. Just to see. Yeah, it does take some getting used to finding all the buttons, especially since all the menu items aren't the same between different cards in different states. It definitely... I can understand how it's hard to get used to all of it. So we're against Techlo Foundry, another name I do not recognize. So we'll see, is this a newer player or not? Heads. Okay, so I'm going first. I do like to go first with this deck, and I mean, we already have a Poseidon, but I don't think it's worth mulliganing. So yeah, I expect... We'll see if this ends up being a newer player or not. Part of me kind of wants to expend to draw, but at the same time... Oop. I hate how it does that. We'll see. Oh, good now. I don't know. I don't think that. Yeah, I should differentiate. Might be Starry playmat. Yeah, typically that means that they're new, but that doesn't mean they're not knowledgeable. No sleeves. Oh. Yeah, probably just wanting to mess around here. So funny thing you say that though, Graveshift. In Master Duel, I never customized any of my things for the longest time. And I was playing meta decks. You. Let's let them get set back up. So like, you literally, if you know anything about Yu-Gi-Oh, it would literally be, I would queue into a game, all the basic stuff, and I'd be playing Snake Eyes. Cool, okay. So I'm gonna alert that. Go grab myself a Poseidon. Grab a hand. Shuffle up. And we'll set one. We'll set two. And we'll pass. Not the best hand, but we'll see. Yeah, no joke. And that's not even the first time. Like, I think Snake Eyes was the first time I really became comfortable with playing more meta. Like, I tried out Tier Elements. I didn't think I was very good at that. I tried out Pearly, and I always kept running at the time. I don't think I was very good at that deck. But when I picked up Snake Eyes, I felt a lot better. Like, I feel like I really got a good grasp on sequencing when to use hand traps and whatnot. I don't know what finally clicked, but something finally did click. So that's what I would do. I have since customized my stuff, so... Looks like they're also having some connection issues. Oh, there we go. So casting the Mountain of Boreas. Let's see. I got a friend request. I'll accept it. And of course, if anyone wants more details about how to play this game and what I'm doing, please feel free to ask in chat. There's plenty of people here who can help. And I'm more than happy to walk through my plays. No response. Always just play Red Eyes. Red Eyes best. Red Eyes deserves more. More than just Dark Dragoon being splashed in everything for a time being. Yeah, we have no idea of Narpoon. Here, I'm curious why they cast the Mounds of Boreas. Since I'm getting the impression they are new, I think it's just a case of, let's cast it. Do I care? I kind of just have to let this go, don't I? I mean, I've got back row. I don't really care. They pass the back row. I'm going to let them know the Narpoon is destroyed. Like, normally, if you're casting out, like, a stadium like this, then that means they probably have Altar in the back. Not the case here. Okay, good. Awesome. So it seems like they're new, but they have a basic grasp of what they're doing. So that's good. Yep. Unless you were psychic. Don't out Helen like that. Let's see. I want to check something real quick. Oop. Let's see. I know I got my Shattered Stars code. Ah, darn. Says Friday. I was hoping it would be here on Thursday because then I could... I mean, I still could get here by Thursday. But then I could do pack openings and do this. No Elestral. That's unfortunate. So we're just going to expend to draw. Get a water out of here because I want to set it for a Drataqua. That's not good. Tonight's just the night of not finding Elestrals. Like here, I'm running, what, 17? I'm running 17 one costs. So here, this is just variance. Kicking my butt. Not adding more Elestrals. I feel like you could make an argument for cutting an Ambrosia, but I don't like cutting an Ambrosia because it's one of the easiest ways to trigger Lakagon without having to have Drataqua set up. Though, I might see as I play this deck that usually this deck goes wide then tall, so most of the time it's not the most preposterous thing to have a Lakagon and Drataqua on board. We'll see. Did you all see the tweet about someone who pulled the, was it the Stellar Lakagon full art and had no clue? Yeah, no response, that's fine. That one was funny. Or at least they acted like they had no clue. I don't know if they actually did. Such an awesome time to be a Celestial player. SS in full swing, Frostfall's an up, and Frostfall being released in a couple weeks. I'll love it right now. Me too. I am so happy right now. Like everything has so much exciting stuff. Like I am overloaded right now with all the stuff going on. Because right now I'm also in the middle of home renovations and moving. So like I barely have any time, but yet there's so much cool stuff going on. You know how the effect works on this? I don't know how to spell Chillowaddle. Only one cast per turn. Townsend Stellar. I was I hope my LGS gets product. I was hoping they get first edition because I really want the Stellar Clovey. I just don't want to buy it off the secondary market if I can just go to my locals and support them and pick up a box. That's the holdup I'm in right now, is my locals just doesn't have it. And they only get it from a distributor, and I have reason to believe the distributor they get it from is one of the ones... What are they doing? Oh! I thought it... I thought that was Chillowaddle for whatever reason. No, it's Tadflow. Yeah. So now Tadflow can ascend. I did not. Where did he post that, Helen? Oh, that's what you're referring to. Yes, I did see that. That's awesome. Yes, I was there for most of A Drive's stream. It was a lot of fun just hanging out in there. I've been enjoying it as well. Yeah, welcome to the chat. Happy to have you here. Let me know if you have any questions. That's what I'm here for. Yes, please do, Helen. Let's see if they need some help. See if they need some help with this, but yeah. The other week, Dan let me know that he was doing that and was wanting to see if anyone else could help stream some more teaching streams, and it's like, I can try to schedule 2 times. My day's absolutely crazy, but we're going to try our best. Make some time. Oh. No response. Might be a good time to respond. Like, what? I have Gorgon's gaze face down, right? I mean, I could Gorgon's gaze, but I'm curious what he's going to go into. I'm just... Morbid curiosity is getting the better of me right now. Yeah, that's cool. I wish I could go there, but that's a bit far for me to go. Is there no response? I can place something on top of that if that meets the condition. Yes, but there's nothing in the game right now that would beat timing in this scenario. That's awesome. I would hope to do that for my locals as well. Like, they're aware of my position with Elestrals. when I went in with them, so. Oh, that's true as well. Yeah. That's a shame. Well, maybe you can go up there another time, Helen. You can schedule like another teaching session. That'd be fun. Like, I'm just fortunate that yeah, I thought you meant chain something to it. Response. You resolve the effect. Yeah, I thought you meant like chaining something to it. I'm like, there's nothing you can chain to this in this scenario. But I see what it means. It means he can ascend. Okay, got it. Oh, not quite. Let's see if they can figure it out. You just said cryo, right? Yeah, I just said cryo. That's so exciting, though. I love seeing stores get products. Oh, okay. If you tap on an Elestral, there is a ascend button. It's what you would use to play out the cryo Vern. It's Vern. I don't know if that's how Cryvern's spelled. I think it is. Yeah, why there? Cool. Helen, what deck are you most looking forward to playing out of Frostfall? Yep. You can also return to farm Tad float. You'd also have to return to from the cryo Vern. Yes, the cryo should only have 2 spirits. Yeah. Well, that was the fun part. Oh, probably cryo? Yeah. That's one reason why I'm actually happy I'm stayed in the area I'm from, because where I originally was before I went to school was... It had like one game store and they were all magic pilled. Oh, that's an issue, but they didn't really do anything else. So I was very happy to come out here, and the card shops actually have game diversity, which is really nice. But cryo, you want to burn some people down? Oops. That works. Ambrosia cast is fine. Okay. So you should return 4 here. 1. Okay, cool. That's good. Kind of want to blend Frost and Earth possible for a constructed deck. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know if there's anything that stands out to me in Frost and Earth, but that's a fun combo. Love to see that explored more in the future. But dang, opponent's already got Cryover out, and I'm on 0 Elestrals. Crazy. I got the Earthquake in hand, so I'm feeling good. If I'm really mean, I let them get to Cryo Scorch, use the effect, attack, and Earthquake it next turn. Do I be mean? I don't think so. I think I'll play it optimally, and the optimal play is to Earthquake. Well, I shouldn't even say that. Like, under this scenario, yes, the optimal play would be to see if they go Cryo Scorch and remove their entire Spirit deck and then Earthquake it and hit for game. But, let's see me play. I can play spells, I can brush with me to set them first. Correct. You are good to resolve the effect. Oh. You didn't need to re-enchant it. Instead, you should return 4 spirits to spirit deck. Let's see. Until you can return 1 for mine. Asia gets its spirit, gets this spirit it needs when you go through the casting process. And I can only special cast once per turn. Normal cast per game. Action is once per turn. Special cast is not restricted, though is only by card effect. Interesting type of combo I haven't thought of about yet. LMA Frost Speeders, Earth Beater Hybrid. Yeah. Helen, I've been trying. I want it to be playable. I want to build an Earth Ramp deck. Trust me, I've been trying. If you're crazy, I'm crazy too. That effect triggers in the draw phase. You need to wait for your next turn to use it. Ooh, send it to me as well, Graveshift. I'm curious. Let's see what you cook up. Yeah, so I remember with this set, what I tried during testing to make Cent Harbor work was using Gigaflora, because what that let me do was it let me swarm the board while also keeping a 2-cost on board if it survived. So it's like a win-win, and just kind of use Cent Harbor as a fun top end to the deck. Though that was also during a time when Gigaflora was not only casting 1-cost Earths. Like, there was a time Gigaflora used to be able to cast any Earth Elestral during testing, and that was a bit too crazy. Pretty much what I did with that deck to prove it was crazy was I said, all right, Paleoth, send, use it to send a Gigaflora to Underworld, add a Gigaflora to hand. Giraflora, I send Gigaflora, use Chains. Do I care about this? Making Tsunami. I don't. Well, if I top deck a Galaxy, I mean, I'm just Earthquaking it. I don't care. Let's do that. Right? No. Let's do that. No. Let's do that. But yeah, no, so I built a deck that pretty much did that. And what you could do is if you could get the Gigaflora to survive a turn, you would just bring back another Gigaflora. It would meet its timing to then bring out another Elestral, and you just swarm the board. It was crazy. Yeah, and that's the reason why it only casts 1 cost arts. Whew, still not another one. So I am really tempted to let this go through. Because I have the Gorgon's Gaze. Is that too mean? I feel like it also teaches a good lesson on overcommitting. I mean, I'm expend to draw. That one's obvious. Foamy, finally an Elestral, a bit too late. Okay. So, because he's special since Cryo Scorch, I Gorgon's Gaze it. Oh, well, no, that wouldn't work. Yeah. Let's just do that and pass. I got Gorgon's Gazes. He specialist sends Cryo Scorch. I Gorgon's Gaze it. Like, I actually do think in this scenario this is optimal. No response. Just because it gets rid of my opponent's hand. It just gives even more value to this Earthquake. Well, so much for being done at 9. I should have expected this. But I do have to go, like, after this game is done. I know Lindsay's wanting time together. Cryo Scorch, yep. To let my opponent know to shuffle their deck. You tap your deck. There is a shuffle option. It does not auto shuffle. Ooh. Okay, cool. Yeah, what do they discard? There's 2 cards, right? Oh, that's what this is. So let's see. They're going to ping the effect. You want to ping the effect? Oh, wait. I guess. Wait. Does Cryoverse expend? I thought I just discarded. Boop, boop. They expended 1, right? Flormai moved to the underworld. Cryoverse expend? Did you expend? I'm just confused now. Require an expend. Cryo Scorch. All right. Cryo Scorch. Nope, I'm saying the value spends as part of the effect, not cost, so you would not lose any spirits. Let's see. Look like it. Have the matches been? They've been good. These last two have been on the longer end, but good teaching matches. We got some new players, and it's been great just being able to help them out. Cool. Okay, I can continue my turn now. All right. Here's where the bullying begins. Have I used one? No, not this game. That was the last game. I mean, I've got stuff to protect the Chautauqua, so I just grab back my spirits. Like, no, I could go foamy. If he attacks over it, I get my Aphros. But yeah, they've been good. The deck has felt, I mean, I bricked on no less other than Elecheck again, but, or no, was this the game? Did I even get an Elecheck? Yeah, I did get an Elecheck. So again, on the breaking issue, but I added, I cut one Elestral and added 3 Astrabbit on top of some other stuff. Oh, you'd only spend 1 damage is determined by the number of enchanting spirits, not the attack stat. Isn't he? Like, look at this guy. Just want to, like, pick him up and just be like, yeah. Like, hold on. Grab it. Don't. Okay, cool, didn't fall. Just, like, pick it up and just be like, yeah. Wait, no, you guys can't even see. Anywho, I drink. Can I get a Chautauqua plushie? Hold up. I need to message Dan that. Actually, I don't. I'm not going to pester Dan. I would love a Chautauqua plushie. I don't need more. Well, actually, I want more plushies because I'm going to have a new office space to decorate with shelves in the background. Did you move one back? Roll in the Discord with any questions. I don't care. Yeah, no response. It is the confusing, the fact that here I'm Eagle the Foul Duck. I just need an alt account. I'm not messing with the account I mainly test. At least not for a stream. Also the fact that I'm on here, it's just easier to... Oh, right, he had the search effect. It's also just easier. Than having to switch my main account back and forth between BlueStacks and my phone. All right, here's where the fun begins. Show off what this deck likes to do. So, it's going to alert the effect when it's destroyed. So I can grab out. Where's my good pal Aphros? Hand, shuffle up, and cast and defense. Cool. And now I'm set up for dastardly things. You know, I've been doing all this and I don't... How am I hitting over the Snarpoon? I've done all this. And I can't hit over... I mean, that's fine. This deck likes to play it slow and build up hand advantage before pushing for game. So This is not a good deck to be queuing against new people because this is a very slow deck. Alright, so we do the things. Tagua. Alert. Manage. Grab back 2. Poseidon. Chant that with 2. I'm gonna go Aphros here. Going to Nexus. 2. And we'll do Chautauqua first, Aphros second. We're gonna draw 2. Hey, Galaxy, there we go. That's how I defeat Rogue and Harpoon. Grab back 2. And I think we just pass here. Like, I don't have much else to do. I hope you get that shipping confirmation soon, Helen. I'm so excited for this month. I don't expect anything after last month. I'll just be happy to get the statue Poseidons. Though I have, I've got 2 full art Poseidons, one from first edition, one from Founders, and I have should have a second Founders edition one coming in, or no, first edition one coming in. So it's going to be hard because I'm like, I want to play the 3 full art Poseidons, but I also want to play the horrible statue ones. Get anything good out of your packs, Jester? Like, how many did you get? I know, right? I hope that plenty more people get the Stellar Luck this month. I don't need any more Stellar Luck. I want to bank mine for a later month. Ooh, drops. Okay, that makes sense. So I forget the starter deck for Frost. I don't think this is the starter deck. Streamer luck, yeah. Well, I also don't expect any luck because I just opened a case for another card game this past weekend, and my luck was really good in that one. I don't know if secret rares for that game are 1 per case. They typically aren't, but I don't know, they might have done it. But I pulled the most expensive card in the set. So, like, and it was a $500 card. So I'm not expecting any luck here. I think I used it all up. Yeah, I'm just excited for Hollow Gorgon's Gaze with that month. Is Fire? No, Fire isn't next month. I think it's Earth. I think it's July. The reason I'm questioning it is because of the Enfrostics. That's why. And the Rise. Those are the 2 cards I don't think are in it. I'm not sure if Tadflow is either. Okay, I was right about that. Earth is next. Stained Glass Viscerus. Great chance to round out your playsets or get another one. Oh yeah, that works. 2, 4, 6, 7. Do I want to do something? I can Gorgon's Gaze. Does it help? Not really. I'd rather just Cryofirm, I think. And this has 3 defense, so I think I have to Gorgon's Gaze here, just because I don't want to risk the higher defense. So we're going to go do and Gorgon's Gaze that. I literally reviewed it. I should know this. I've just been caught up with the future set stuff. That's why it got jumbled in my brain. I'm rooting for you, Helen. Hope you get that. Who's that? Oh, that's who it was. Okay. Let me see. On a chance here. Maybe they have some questions. Literally pull up the starter deck. Yeah. Yeah, and Tadflow isn't in there. I didn't think it was. But I also didn't remember. Does Cryolane still get destroyed, or does it stay on the field? It stays. Effect is negated and suppressed. So it cannot trigger again this turn. What is he doing? Narpoon. He attacked Narpoon into the Jotagwa, and that bounces. Attack V for defense, so nothing happens. I'll answer that later. No, it's so sweet seeing everyone just be like, yeah, I'd give you cards and whatnot. But it's so funny because everyone's just like, it's so funny because I've seen this so many times where people are just like, no, I'd pay for it. And I'm in the camp, I'd pay for it. I appreciate the gestures, but I do generally prefer to pay for my cards. Okay, so we will alert Aphros. Response. So one thing we do here is we nexus the spirits back onto Poseidon, and then we can cast out the galaxy and try to push here. We can always nexus the spirit onto Jotagwa, also to be able to recover 2 to get myself at a higher spirit deck total. Agreed. Agreed, Helen. I want people to get what they deserve for their cards and be able to get what they want, or have money to further get more cards. It just, to me, helps the community grow and it benefits everyone. Okay, yeah, that's an exception. I wouldn't bat an eye if you're like, ooh, look at this cool card from my deck. I stole it from Words. I mean, I have Lindsay being like, I'm going to steal cards from you, and I'm just like, okay. Gorgon's Gaze Earthquake is very good here. I almost like it over just letting the Cryoling pop off. I think I like it better here because I save a Tsunami. I mean, I have a Tsunami, though, is the weird thing. Like, I can cast Tsunami, but it doesn't... Yeah, it feels better to just cast Earthquake, get it out of the way. We'll do it. Yeah, for sure, Jester. It's a really sweet offer and sentiment. I think it's also just a comfort thing. Like, I'm personally not comfortable just kind of taking free stuff, especially when it's like that high value. And it's kind of like goes around, comes around. Like, if I flip cards because it helps pay for my next set of cards. So for me, it's also would feel wrong to, if I would want people to pay me for cards, to then be like, okay, yeah, I'll take it for free. I typically am like, no, we're doing monetary transactions or it's some sort of trade. All right, Galaxy, we will move to attack. We will move to attack. We will set Tsunami. We will set Gorgons. Yeah, I'm fine if they're top decking. Move to battle, and we attack with, I think, the Chautauqua first. I could have, ooh, I could have Nexus 1 and brought them back. That probably was a better play. I think it might have been better to attack with the Aphros there. I don't need the card draw anymore. It would have been better to keep the Chautauqua alive for regen at this stage. I mean, I have 2 Ambrosia, but I still think the regen would have been better. Good luck, Omar. Hope you can find what you're looking for, maybe something a little more. That's what's great about Lindsay not being into trading cards. I don't have to do that. Instead, for us, it's just, can you make, or can you prepare this dish or whatever? I'm like, yeah, sure. Oh, you do it better. You should do it from now on. Ooh, Lakagon. Okay. How do I do this? We Aphros response. Like, we just pop off here, right? Spirits to Chautauqua. Ascend Aphros. Yeah, something like that. Understandable. Sometimes you gotta ball on a budget. Let's see. Alert Aphros again. Response. Might have missed it. Should ask Steve to check the game log, or I could probably ask Alex as well. How long did this game take? We'll do that. And specifically here, order doesn't matter here. I just usually do it in that order just because I want to see what I draw into first before I recover spirits. Not that it really matters, but like theoretically there could be a situation where you just don't want to recover the 2 water spirits. Like, I've got Ambrosias here. Ooh, nice. Like here, I can look into my spirit deck, and I just want to recover the 1, so I have 2 Ambrosia triggers for Lakagon. Like, it's up to 2, right? Return up to, yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of why I like to do that. Yeah, because there, if I had drawn into the Lakagon and recovered 2 first, eh. Okay. Next up, we will ascend Lakagon. Response. No response. Cool. Okay, so we'll do alert. Response. I'll get cop on chat after this. And we're just going in. Nexus, pop back row, Ambrosia. Oh, I can only trigger it twice off of that. And that's still fine. Oop. Maybe they missed it. I'm just going to move on to the next step here. No response. Cool. We'll grab back the 1 spirit. That alerts Lakagon, and we'll pop that back row. And I have more than lethal here. Cool. Yep. All right, let's see. The solar set. Words Systematic kept Elestrals a secret from him until it was publicly announced because Mod Squad had input on Spirit Design. All right. I'll get caught up on chat once I finish this. So we'll do... we can use that. And that should be GG. I mean, now... The best part about that, Helen, is now he's keeping secrets from you, but he's locked behind an NDA. So, he kind of has to. GG. Come on. Oh. Cool. Well, that was fun. Let me get call in chat real quick. We can move it back to just webcam. And, okay, let's see. Would love a booster box, but don't know if I should get set 1 or set 2. Set 2 pairs well with set 1. You can incorporate aspects into Frostfall into base set. You can also just get a set 2 as standalone and be fine. Mind you, Jacob probably knows competitive side better than I do. Yeah, it's a tough one. So set 1 has a lot of your core cards that you would need for each element, but they're also not that difficult to get. Like, they're not that expensive. Like, the two most expensive cards will be Viserys and Altar, but they're not also mandatory for every deck. So depending on what you want, honestly, I'd recommend just getting a box of Frostfall and then maybe trying to trade for set 1 cards would be my recommendation once you know what you want to build. All right, well, I streamed way longer than I expected to, so I'm going to get out of here. I also need a break. I can feel the strain from my monitor on my eyes since I've been staring at a computer all day. So thank you all for showing up. I had a lot of fun. I'll be streaming again. Same deal. Teach and stream this Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. Maybe I'll share Stars Packs. Doesn't look like it, but maybe. So if you want to tune into that again, I have the stream scheduled. You should be able to find it on my YouTube channel. I'll also be posting Discord and whatnot. So plenty of ways that you can be notified. But I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you all next time.